now. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another one of the Travel Mole broadcasts on our YouTube channel. And this afternoon, I'm in conversation with the man who looks after one of the most, well, not the, there's a whole group of islands, Antigua and Barbuda, and his name is Colin James. Colin, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Graham, and good afternoon to the folks in the UK. I just want to let you guys know it's 28 degrees in Antigua and it's sunny. So it's something to think about when you can start traveling again.
Yes, well, thanks for the interview, Colin. We can terminate it right now if you like, if you carry on like that. But anyway, we're here to talk about one of your new campaigns, or your new campaign called Business on the Beach, which is pretty aimed fairly and squarely at the disheartened UK resident who's getting cheesed off with not only the weather but also the COVID situation. Perhaps you can explain a little bit more about what it is and what it's about.
Sure. It's part of our Nomadic Digital Residency program where we're enticing people to come and live in Antigua for up to 2 years on a special visa, and you can work remotely and really enjoy some of the beauty about Antigua and Barbuda, our lovely beaches, our hospitality, and still maintain that working corporate relationship. I think one of the things that was unique about this lockdown is that a lot of companies changed the way how they work. And folks found out they didn't have to be in the office, 8 hours a day. And because they were forced to work remotely, a lot of companies have now adopted that as a key HR strategy with people working from home. So we said, hey, this is a great idea. Why not work remotely? But instead of working remotely in the UK, work remotely in Antigua. And so for a country that has zero income tax, there's summer all year round, 365 beaches that you can actually chill on. What a better opportunity than now to encourage people to come out to Antigua. It's easy to get to. You can run back to the UK, within 8 hours. It's easy to get to, but you can still work efficiently. You can work effectively, and most importantly, you can work someplace where it's sunny and the weather is great. And between your business meetings, you can always take a dip in that beautiful Caribbean Sea, and then you can restart again. So I think it's a win-win for everyone. And we supported that move by some analysis that we did, where 84% of Brits saying, yeah, they will work remotely. And an even higher number said, if an opportunity presented themselves to work in the Caribbean, they'd jump at it. So once you have a good internet connection, a mobile phone, a great laptop, you can be sitting on the beach. And if you didn't have the backdrop, nobody would really know where you were, and you can work very, very effectively. So we think that it's a good program. It's getting a lot of traction and a lot of buzz in the travel trade. And it's something that we're really proud about. And we are really encouraging as many Brits as possible, particularly now that people have to work remotely. And why not work remotely from Antigua and Barbuda and have the best of both worlds?
Colin, what are the practical steps in this? For example, if I decided to do it tomorrow, what's my first step? I mean, yes, I've got to book an aeroplane ticket. Yes, I'm probably going to have a PCR test. But what about accommodation? What about healthcare when I'm there? What about those practicalities?
Oh yeah, that's you really put the meat on the bones with the program. The national the Nomad Digital Residency program actually has a website that you can visit, and you can download the forms, apply for the visa. Once you have your visa, it tells you the criteria. For example, if you're here with your family, you can put your kids in private school, but you wouldn't be able to put them in public school. And so once you've completed all your application forms and you've paid your fees and you have gotten your visa to travel, then the rest is just easy. We have quite a number of concierge companies on island who are actually providing whether it's a villa accommodation or a small apartment that you can rent for the time that you're here, and assistance with everything from how to find all the local places for shopping, to getting around on the island, so that they sort of settle you in. But Antigua and Graham, I know you've been here. You can get settled in 2 days. It's easy to get around. Everybody speaks English. We drive on the left, so that's easy. And so operationally, it works. Not only that, from a health standpoint, the Mount St. John Medical Center is one of the most modern ones in the Caribbean. Perchance, God forbid, if you were to get sick, we do have special an infectious disease center here where we have specialized beds to treat COVID patients and that eventuality. And to make it even better, I think we are moving quickly as well as a tourist board, working with our hotel partners to look at an insurance policy that we would be offering to guests who come to our shores just in the event they got sick, they needed to be repatriated back to the UK and that sort of thing. But we have covered all of the bases to make sure that the offering that we have is something that's really, really attractive. And for those of you who have visited Antigua and Barbuda before, you know you're in for a treat. And I think if there's anything that can take away the stresses of corporate living today, is being able to work remotely and being able to work remotely from two of the most beautiful islands in the world.
Indeed, as you say, I've been there a number of times. Can't say I disliked it. It was very, very good every time I've been. What is life like on Antigua at the moment? Is it freedom of movement? Are all the restaurants and bars open? Is there sport going on? What if I arrived tomorrow and I was free to move? What's it like?
Well, yeah. Similarly, to most countries in the world now, you have to have to actually travel. And Barbuda requires a PCR test done within 7 days of your arrival to the country. You are making an arrival at the hotel, folks at the international airport. The temperature is screened, your documents, there's a health declaration form that you have to fill out. And once you are staying, for example, at whether it's a villa, a holiday apartment, or a hotel that's on the list of COVID certified, trained, and approved accommodations, you are free to go and stay at that property. You're also free to leave to go on COVID certified tours. For example, you can still take your catamaran tours, you can go ziplining in forest or swimming with the stingrays. You can do any one of the wonderful tours and attractions that we have on island as long as they are certified, and most of them are. So unlike some destinations, you're not quarantined or confined to your hotel property only. You can move around in a little virtual bubble, so to speak. So that still lends itself for a great holiday. I think recently, just like in the UK, there's been a slight uptick in sales. Post the holiday season, Christmas thing, New Year's. And so we have tightened up on our restrictions, albeit to keep people safe. You are still required to wear your mask 24/7 once you're out. If you're having a meal or you're at the pool or you're swimming, you can obviously take your mask off. But if you move around the community or you're within the hotel and you're interacting with the staff and that sort of thing, you're asked you to keep your mask on. The Recently, since as of last week, in an effort to control any rise in cases, we have extended our curfew hours. So it's from 8 p.m. now until 5 a.m. You're not allowed to be out. You should be inside. We have also looked at bars and restricted their operating hours, as well as ensuring that restaurants for the next 2 weeks are only allowed to do takeout service. But once you're on resort, you can have a dining at your one of the hotel restaurants and still have great dining. So we try we one of the things that we prided ourselves on, since we were the first destination to open last year in June of last year, is to make sure that whatever we do, safety of the people who live in Antigua and Barbuda and also our visitors who come to have a great holiday experience is the number one priority. And so we have tweaked our protocols to ensure that we continue to be safe and continue to be attractive as a tourist destination.
Cool. I mean, I can understand to a certain extent if you like, the business motivation behind it. You want to replace tourism dollars with almost like temporary resident dollars or pounds in this case. It, Is there any other, is that the main reason for doing it, that, you're conscious of the fact that international travel may be restricted for some time to come, but in order to get Brits over there and spending money in the local economy, this is a good way of attracting them?
Yeah, I think that is the main consideration for us, is that we can earn revenue from tourism two ways. We can get more people to come, or we can get the folks who come here to stay longer. And I
Yes.
think the business on the beach project and that idea stemmed from, why not take advantage of a situation where people are being locked down, people are not moving as easily as they were before, to have someone come here and stay here for an extended period of time. And incidentally, Graham, when the UK went into lockdown recently and also last year in November, October, some of our Brits just jumped on a plane the day before and came here and are here for like 2 months. They say, look, I just need to get away. I can afford to be away for 2 months. It's not a problem. I'll stay at a hotel and I'll chill on the beach and relax. So we already saw that type of inclination for people to do that. We just now saw a great opportunity for us to put this in the format where visitors would be inclined to take it up as an option and really look at, hey, I am working remotely in the UK. Let me come and live in Australia for 6 months, a year, 2 years, and continue in this vein until things get back to normal. And I think with the advent of the vaccine as well, you'll see a resurgence in people willing to travel and to venture out, and also to stay in destinations that are relatively safe, like Antigua and Barbuda, for longer periods of time.
And just to repeat, if people want to find out more, you've got a dedicated landing page website for this, have you?
It's nomaddigitalresident.com. I think that's the URL, but we'll confirm that with our PR with you after. But just to let you know that folks can go on and all the information is right there at your fingertips. There are links to that as well from our visitantiguabarbuda.com website, so that we can point you to that. And the information is very clear. The process is straightforward, and we are seeing a steady uptick of interest in people really inquiring as to how can they be a part of this.
Good. Well, Colin, thank you for your time. It sounds ideal, and I'm not sure why anybody wouldn't want to do it if they can. I think subject to cost, subject to having available cash, why wouldn't you do it? And if any of our viewers have never been to Antigua, then this is an ideal opportunity, I would think, to take a long, extended stay. Final question is, I did say it was a final question, but this is the final question. Is there a time limit? I mean, how long does the visa last for?
The visas last 2 years.
2 years.
So it's for an extended period of time. Graham, we offer sun, sea, sand, and space now, so that our visitors from the UK can have an ideal backdrop to the ultimate remote working experience. Just imagine having your swims between your Zoom meetings and just finishing every day with some freshly caught lobster, local produce. Working remotely in Antigua and Barbuda may just be the remedy that a lot of folks need following a tumultuous 2020. So we know the third lockdown has been really tough for the folks in the UK. It's going to come to an end, but we want to let you know we will be waiting to welcome you with open arms once you can travel again. And so from Antigua and Barbuda, I just want to give a shout out to all our guests who have visited in the past, and particularly for new potential guests. We are open and ready for business, and we look forward to welcoming you to our beautiful islands.
Good man, Colin. I look forward to seeing you in Antigua, 28 degrees. I know it's guaranteed, as soon as we possibly can. And if I decide to start working there, you'll be the first man I come to see.
Oh, excellent. 2 thumbs up for that one, Graham, and I look forward to welcoming you personally.
Cheers.
That lobster lunch would be on me.
Good man. Speak to you later.
Yeah, bye-bye.